Friday, November 4th. You are listening to Weather from the National Weather Service forecast discussion. As of 6:43 a.m., the short-term forecast, which was issued at 3:08 a.m. Central Daylight Time, Friday, November 4th, is the following: 2022. Through Saturday's strong fall system to impact our area, the main forecast points are as follows. Scattered showers and a few thunderstorms will move overhead from late morning to early afternoon. Highest coverage northwest of Interstate 55. Today does not look like a washout, however. Showers and storms will become confined to areas near the Mississippi River this evening, though within a stone's throw of Rockford. Bands of showers will then race through the area from the pre-dawn to early afternoon hours of Saturday. Winds will become increasingly strong tonight and especially Saturday, with a continuous period of gusts of 45 to 55 miles per hour from 3 to 4 a.m. From 3 to 4 a.m. to sunset. Such winds will typically correspond to reports of downed trees, limbs, and scattered power outages. Forecast discussion. A recent hand surface analysis places a cold front extended from a low pressure system in central Wisconsin southwestward into the southern plains. Meanwhile, the continental United States, water vapor satellite imagery depicts a deepening upper level trough currently passing over the Four Corners region, which is Arizona, New Mexico, Utah, and Nevada, which is inducing cyclogenesis, which is the formation or the intensification of a low pressure storm system. Near the Oklahoma-Texas Panhandle. That's a common spot for storms to intensify. Ahead of the front, with deepening trough, broad low to upper level southwesterly flow is well established from the Gulf of Mexico to the Great Lakes, leading to yet another unseasonably mild and breezy night. Ensemble and deterministic model guidance. Ensemble is a collection of numerical model results that show slightly different possible outcomes. Remains in excellent agreement that the aforementioned upper level trough will storm into the southern plains today and then slingshot northeastward into the Great Lakes tonight through Saturday while acquiring a negative tilt. Even with a dry air mass in place at press time, increasing warm air advection ahead of the cold front will quickly thicken clouds and lead to widely scattered showers and thunderstorms from late morning to early afternoon. The highest coverage looks to be near and northwest of Interstate 55 in closer proximity to the nose of a developing low-level jet, though today does not have the look of a washout. With time, showers and storms would become confined to a stalled frontal boundary draped over near the Mississippi River, mainly west of our area. However, we will need to keep an eye on any southeastward creeping outflow from what will likely be training thunderstorms to our west, which may end up shifting the zone of convection further to the east than expected. In spite of mostly cloudy skies, unseasonably warm 850 MB, which is 5,000 feet above the surface, unseasonably warm temperatures of 12 to 13 degrees Celsius, which is above, so that's like 45 to 49 degrees Celsius or so. A lot of times daytime temperatures are about 24 degrees warmer at the surface. Sometimes less, especially this time of the year. It's usually less actually, but in this case they are forecasting it to be more, which is above the 90th percentile at the DVN/ILX per Storm Prediction Center sounding climatology. And an unseasonably warm start will support afternoon highs in the upper 60s to lower 70s, so you have that 24-degree rise. In addition, a gradually tightening low-level pressure gradient will support breezy southwest winds 30 to 35 miles per hour this afternoon, especially along and southeast of Interstate 55 where shower coverage would be less. Tonight, the approaching upper-level trough will facilitate the rapid deepening, 10 to 12 MV within 12 hours. That's how quickly this thing is going to deepen, and it's almost on the level of Abomagenesis, if not the level, which is a powerful intensifying storm system that occurs many times on the East Coast, but where the pressure drops about 1 MV per hour. So we're talking about 10 to 12 MV per 12 hours, which the National Weather Service is calling rapid deepening of a surface low pressure system lifting roughly along a path from Joplin, Missouri to La Crosse, Wisconsin. In response, an impressive low-level jet is expected to develop across the lower Great Lakes with 925/850 MB winds increasing to 50 or 70 knots, respectively, by daybreak Saturday. Impressive warm air advection will allow for a broad region of showers and embedded thunderstorms to develop and scoot through our area during the pre-dawn hours of Saturday. With PWATs in the neighborhood of 1.5 inches, healthy downpours, even if brief, are a good bet. A brief break in precipitation is anticipated early Saturday afternoon before a strongly forced band of showers along a cold front screaming through the area. Behind the cold front, a few lingering showers cannot be ruled out as strong cold air advection steepens low-level lapse rates sufficiently for low-topped shallow convective processes. Perhaps the most notable impact of the low-pressure system will be wind, and SEMO model guidance with added detail from deterministic counterparts provides 3 mechanisms for strong winds on Saturday. The first period will be early Saturday morning from 4 o'clock to 9 o'clock a.m. between the warm air advection-driven band of showers and the cold front. It's always difficult to gauge just how strong winds will mix within a warm advection regime, which is generally resistant to downward motion. However, the rapid deepening of the surface low and impressive magnitude of the low-level jet should prove more than enough to elicit southerly gusts of 45 to 55 miles per hour. The second opportunity for strong winds will be along the cold front itself as it sweeps across our area between 9 a.m. and noon. High-resolution model guidance continues to indicate the potential for shallow or forced convection along the front, which will no doubt efficiently transport winds aloft to the ground, with southwesterly gusts perhaps as high as 60 miles per hour. Now realize that damaging wind gusts are 58 miles per hour or up. The final mechanism will take place from noon to sunset, as cold air advection steepens low-level lapse rates and mixing builds into the backside of the low-pressure system. In such a regime, southwesterly to westerly winds of 45 to 55 miles per hour appear to be a good bet, especially north of Interstate 80. Even with 3 different mechanisms, the result will be a more or less continuous period of strong south to southwesterly winds of 45 to 55 miles per hour, locally 60 miles per hour from about 3 to 4 a.m. to sunset on Saturday. Such winds typically correspond with numerous reports of downed trees, limbs, and scattered power outages. For this reason, we will issue a wind advisory for our entire area.